Over-regulation and red tape cost British businesses £27.4 million a year. This is a vast sum at a time of austerity, and over-regulation does major harm to job creation. With margins squeezed, employers avoid creating jobs, and this at a time when we desperately need job creation. SMEs account for 65% of the jobs in Europe. The huge unemployment levels in some parts of the EU shows how much better they would be outside the EU, in particular our neighbours in the Irish Republic, Portugal, Spain, Greece. Your own Federation of Small Businesses found that 50% of European companies that go bust or lay off workers cite over-regulation from the EU as the reason. In 2007, the EU promised to cut red tape, but it hasn't happened. Even a government report confirms the UKIP analysis. A recent report from its own business task force states, faced with the risk of being sued for breaking the law by accident and countless pages of law they cannot understand, many micro-enterprises simply decide not to employ people. That's what's doing the damage. In short, the complexity and quantity of EU legislation coming from Europe is preventing job creation. This cannot continue. This is a damning statement to come from a Europhile government's own task force. And when Cameron rolled out the red carpet for Angela Merkel last month, in the hope of getting her support for EU reform, she publicly humiliated him with a huge no.
30 seconds.
We in Northern Ireland have the highest rate of unemployment of any of the UK's 12 regions, with only 67% of our people aged 16 to 65 in work. Yet our businesses have been burdened with 3,580 new EU rules and directives in 4 years under this coalition government, despite David Cameron's commitment to fight Brussels regulation. According to the Business for Britain group, the massive pile of new rules amounting to 13 million extra words would take 92 days to read at an average reading pace. You are the proven makers and shakers in this country. And I would suggest to you that the EU simply cannot be reformed and we should leave. We can then get rid of the red tape and get our country working again. We should be friends with Europe, trade with Europe, but we can't be dictated to by an unaccountable and bureaucratic EU. Thank you very much.
Okay.